And maybe getting on the silver bug right now, the silver and gold bug. I want to show you the three stocks that I've invested in. And I'm going to show you my investments always when I come on to do an episode here. So, if you've watched previous episodes, you've seen the things that I've invested in before. So, let's take a look at my baskets here. And I started a new basket. All right, so these are the top three stocks that I have been using AI to invest in. So you can see everything that I have going here, and I can show you this first, right? So this here, and I just picked up EOSE. I got this from Zip Trader. Again, I want to remind you that this is not professional financial advice. You should not be taking professional financial advice from a self taught retail trader who has used AI and astrology because you should be smarter than that. This is just for educational purposes only. This is my broker account. You can see here, these are my stocks, and all of these are gold and metal stocks. And you can see I'm down, pretty big. If you look at, oh, it doesn't show my red. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you can see over here. Let me open this up. Sorry, you guys. I don't normally do the web browser, so I'm usually running it off of the app. So once we look at the web browser, you can see this overall portfolio is down 11.5%. That's because I went in, with this particular basket when silver was 76. And I'm, kind of all in. Like I have some powder here. You can see I have $2,622 of powder. I'm just kind of saving that for as gas. And you can see I'm heavily positioned in a company called USAS, which I'll talk about, AG, which is First Majestic, and then one of the kind of like, tried and true silver mining stocks is Pan American. So in this basket, I'm, very over leveraged. And then you can see here, and I don't know if that's the right word, but my positions are big, right? Um, and I am really hoping that this little $4 stock that I have, about 1,400, and I've lost. So I'm in around, what 17, 1,800 right now on this stock. I'm about 1,800 in on this stock, and it's down 438 right now. It's down 24%. This stock, from my perspective, is the one that I've been researching a lot. And I went in early, so this is why I'm down here and down 24%. But I want to show you the new basket that I created. And if you were ever curious about, getting in on silver, and I've been following silver for since November, right? So we're going on 8 months, right? And it's people like Michael Oliver and Eric Sprott, Alistair McLeod, Gold Core is another YouTube channel that I really, really like. Um, they've been talking about the conditions of the world, as far as geopolitics go, as far as money printing has been concerned, like this stock market bubble that really has existed for almost 20 years, which is also a result of M2 and money printing. This bubble is about to pop, and everyone knows it. And I believe it's going to be popping this year at some point, and there's no way of predicting it. But when the bubble pops, we're going to feel more pain as just normal peasants out in the world. And I believe now is a really good time to enter in on silver. So I created what is known as my teaching basket here, and you can see I selected AG, which is First Majestic, PASS, which is Pan American, and USAS, which is USA Silver. These have mines operating in Mexico, and USAS and AG just got really good yield results on gold and silver in Mexico. So they tend to do fairly well, and you can see here, like this is a basket that I just created, so it's going to give me different data than the other baskets that have been running for many months now, and this is what I want to show whenever I pop in. You can see here today. Let's see what spot silver is doing today. And I'm just looking at spot silver. So spot silver is having a little bit of a bounce back. It's up 2% today. So you can see if spot silver is running at 2%, I like USAS, and USAS is currently running a little bit above spot. First Majestic is running about half spot right now. This is just today's trading. I mean, if I refresh this, let's see what happens. Right? So it went down a little bit. But yeah, USA Silver has been performing really well for me. So what I did here, I created a $300 broker basket. You can see, right? I mean, I started with 300 and it's up a whopping, it's up, 1.72% in 2 days. So it's like silver has been up and down the last couple days. Again, this is not financial advice, right? Do not be an idiot and take the advice from someone who is a self-taught retail pattern day trader. But I wanted you to see, and I wanted you to, hopefully go along on this ride, because I do believe that the metals are going to go into this super cycle that has been discussed for many, many months now, if not years. I believe it's going to begin soon. And there's a lot of other factors. And I don't know how much you're following gold and silver, but Shanghai just basically restructured how they're going to be operating in, like the retail paper market as far as gold and silver goes. And they're restructuring that. And China's been planning on this for many years. So I believe that whenever this comes out with China, and there's a lot of other factors too, I believe just overall money printing is the main factor that's going to cause this hopefully euphoria in gold and silver. But I was thinking about it. If I were going to start today, I would invest in these three stocks, and you can see I am starting this particular basket with very, for me, limited capital. Like, if, obviously I'm investing more, but if I only had $300 to invest, and you should never invest unless you're willing to really lose it all. Right. And I don't know how people, I've never been in the culture of trading. I didn't go to finance school. I learned this all on my own. So it's like $300 is something that I can afford right now. And I just wanted to show this to you guys. And this is why I'm positioned, relatively small, right? And you can see here, like my total, let's see, the total market value. Oh gosh, sorry. Forgive me, you guys. I normally don't use the web browser. Let me find that particular broker basket. Here it is. I don't normally use the web browser, so forgive me if I'm just fumbling here. Wow, they don't show. Okay, so I got to fix it around, but you can see. So I'm in for about, let's say, $40. Oh, here we go. Here's the market value, right? So I'm in for about $40 on USAS. I'm in for 44 on Pan American, because Pan American, and I'm running convexity here, right? So this is going to be my anchor, which is Pan American, right? $44 stock. I'm running a super convexity stock at $4, which is 10% of my anchor. And then somewhere in between at a $17 stock. And this is why I have three positions in First Majestic. So let's see how it goes. Let's figure out what's going to happen. And I hope to take you along the ride, because I believe that the metal super cycle is going to start soon. So if you made it this far, know that I'm also an astrologer. I would like to do a quick reading for you. It doesn't have to be about finance. What I would like you to do is I would love for you to think about a situation in your life that you need some clarity on. Let me get that shade out of the way so you can see the table here. I want you to think about a situation in your life that you need some clarity on, and I'm going to do a reading for you. Okay, so this could be anything, and there's hopefully a lot of you watching at this point, and it doesn't have to be about finance. It could be about anything you need some answers to, in your life. So let me just pick up my cards that fell here. So think about that situation. I'm gonna pull three cards for you, okay, and I will give you the reading. All right. So your first card is the Four of Swords. Your second card is the Fool, and then your third card is Justice. Okay, so the Four of Swords, you can see here, this is a card of resting, relaxing, and recovering, but he's also, he has his hands in prayer hands, and he's praying for a blessing. So this basically saying that you need to rest. You're probably doing too much. You're probably, this is everyone in life right now. We all have to accept the facts that we are peasant slaves to some pedophiles that kill children, that are evil and monstrous and wounded and hurt little boys and children, that are men with power in the world, is who our leaders are, quote unquote, right? Allegedly, but not allegedly. So we're all tired. We're all in the rat race. We're all in the grind. The Four of Swords is saying that you need to rest, but then when you rest, don't just brain rot, right? Like don't just scroll, don't just brain rot. You want to get to a point where you are thinking about a blessing that's going to come into your life. And that's the big goal with like resting, especially when it comes to tarot and astrology. And then you have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. It's like the first card in the tarot. The story of the card is that this boy is going to jump off of this cliff. He's being cheered on by this dog, and it's like, who the hell is going to jump off of a cliff? And the point of the card is that you need to take a leap of faith, right? So it's like everyone is in this position right now, right? We're all slaves. Our jobs suck. A lot of our lives suck. We're just wishing for a turnaround. We're wishing for some kind of a blessing. But then what the reading is saying is that you need to take a leap of faith towards something new. You need to take a leap of faith towards something new. And then you have the Justice card, right? So, this is about fairness and balance. Like maybe you taking a leap of faith towards this Justice card, if you take a leap of faith towards this Justice card, things will be more fair in your life. But the story of the Justice card is that, he's in balance, and you can see he has a sword in one hand, a scale in the other. This represents Libra in the astrology. He is just looking out before him in a balanced state. He may not be balanced, right? But he's just looking at what is in balance in front of him, how he keeps himself in balance. So you need to really have some long, hard conversations with yourself about like, where is your life out of balance? Where can you bring it into balance, right? Maybe you need to rest so much because your life is in balance. And then, you need to take a step in a new direction. And then that's how you're going to gain more balance. All right, hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for watching. Again, these are my stocks, you guys. I'm not saying for you to invest in these, but, I am. And you can see how the ride is going to go along. Let me just see how it did. Okay, so you can see spot silver probably went down. So it just, but look at that. So let me show you this. Spot silver is still around 2%. And this is why I actually like First Majestic, because it's like, it kind of behaves the way a high convexity stock behaves here. But anyway, I'll check in with you guys again, do another tarot reading for you. Have a nice day.